It's Masters Week. Let's talk some PGA golf. Had 5 straight winning weeks heading into last week and lose on the very last hole of the weekend. So golf is on the money. Tough one last week, slight loser. Let's get back at it here this week. My 2 top picks last week did hit though. I did have Jordan Spieth for the top 20 and Christian Bezenhout for the top 40. Those both hit. The rest of the guys though just one stroke off. But let's get into it, and with no further ado, 5 factors that really matter with Augusta. Get through all of them and my top golfers with each of those categories. Number 1, we're talking about course history at Augusta. It's the most important of any course in the PGA Tour. Knowing the shapes of the greens, the contours of the grass, and things like that really helps. It is a fact of the matter. You know, there's been enough rounds played where it's kind of proven that the more you play this course, the better off you are. There is a plateau though. Once you hit the court, once you've played it like 5-6 times, that's kind of your peak improvement. So got to keep that in mind as well. It's not like you just keep getting better every year until you're 80 years old. So with that being said, Jordan Spieth is really the number 1 guy. He just fits it to a T. It's just, absolutely wonderful. Him and Corey Connors. Corey Connors also fits one of my later molds, but both those guys fit the course kind of to a T and play damn well. They've played it enough times to understand how it goes. But those 2 guys, maybe not in the best form, but I like both of them here this week. Number 2 biggest factor, or none of these are really in order at all, but maybe the biggest factor is approach play, particularly from 150 and longer. The Masters shaves these fairways so that it's against the grain, so the ball's coming in this way, the grass is shaped this way, so when it hits, it doesn't get much rollout. So you have to be able to hit the ball long, and then from there, you got to be able to have long irons. And those really separate because you got a lot of shots that go over water that could lead to dangerous areas. They're non-receptive greens, so when they hit, they bounce right off. So that's a big factor. Distance and approach distance are 2 very big factors there. Another factor, just having a good, well-rounded game. You're going to get in trouble around here, and being able to keep the big number off your scorecard is huge. So, I mean, you see this contour, this green shape right here and everything. Greens are the fastest on the PGA Tour. When you hit it, it's not going to be easy. So if you're over here in the rough, around the green, or in the bunker, and you're in a bad area, that's where you get into trouble. You can put up some big numbers, and that is what you have to keep from again. So, guys, really, it's a no-putt situation for me. You know, guys who are approach players with good around the green games and maybe just not the best putters, but good lag putters. We've seen someone in particular that I want to mention with that one is Will Zalatoris. He's played this twice. He's finished top 5 both times, or top 10 both times. Willie Z is a horrible putter from 5 to 10 feet, but he's a great lag putter. You know, long putters, he doesn't 3-putt much, which is a key factor out here. He's got all the tools that you need, so Will Zalatoris is one of my guys, which brings me to another factor, Wake Forest. Wake Forest guys play well here. Simply put, Cam Young, Matt Fitzpatrick, Will Zalatoris, Webb Simpson back in the day. You see these guys, and what does Wake Forest have to do with it? Their practice, their tournaments, their home course, everything is kind of built like Augusta. Nothing's quite like Augusta, but very undulated fairways and things, so very hilly. No shots are flat. You know, that's how it is at the Masters. Every shot you're on a slight increase, a slight decrease, the ball slightly below your feet, slightly above your feet. You got to be skilled in that game, and that's where Wake Forest guys come into play. So I do like Cam Young. I like Will Zalatoris. Matt Fitzpatrick, not really one of my favorites, but it is what it is. And then, arguably, one of my most important factors that no one talks about. Now, this one is a little bit out there. You look and you watch every single Masters video, every single one. It almost sounds just like regurgitated. Exactly what I said. You need distance. You need approach. You need around the green. You need experience here at this. Everybody says the same exact shit every year about the Masters, and it's because it's true. The one thing that no one mentions is something I got right here. If you look at players who have played this course 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times, and they do well every single year, and then they miss the cut, that next year, watch out. It's almost like guaranteed top 20. I'm just spitballing here. But I said this 2 years ago And Rory McIlroy was the top pick to finish top 10. He was like plus 180 or something like that. He finished second that year. Last year, it was more of the same. Spitballing, top of the head. Brooks Koepka missed the cut the year before. He finished in second. Xander Schauffele missed his first cut at the Masters. He finished like sixth. It goes on and on. You go straight down the line. You look at all the top players that missed the cut the year before. They came back the next year and hit. It's one of these courses where last year doesn't mean anything. Anything can happen over a 1 year span. And this is blindly, without putting any numbers into it. If you play the course well, you don't miss cuts, and then you miss one cut, the next year, we're taking you for a top 20. You know who that means? That means we're taking Corey Connors. We're taking Sergio for a little bit of a long one. I love Rory McIlroy this week. I hated Rory McIlroy this week, to be honest with you. Everything leading up to it, all these things with the Masters he has to win to close out, I hated him. But he fits it. The last time he did it, he finished second. I'm doing it again. Give me Rory to finish top 5, top 10. Top 20 is a little too much juice on him. Other guys, missed cut. I like Bryson. Now, Bryson has his back-to-back cuts. That's just his game. He's long, he's distant. But he's been playing better on Live Golf this year. It's a weird guy, but I like Bryson as well. Who are some other guys? Bubba Watson, two-time Masters champion. He missed the cut last year. He's a little bit out there, but, top 20 for him, that's long shot odds. Top 10, top 20. That's just spitballing. I got nothing else for you here. Final note of the guys that I like, playing the ball right to left. That's why lefties have such great success here, especially big faders of the ball. Bubba Watson in particular being that guy. He can hit the ball any direction. But Mike Weir winning here as a lefty was a very shocker. But you want to play the ball right to left. That's why Xander plays so well here as a righty. One guy, Patty Reed. I love Patty Reed this week. He's a little bit of a shorter player. This is his home course from college. When you see him, he's a shorter righty hitter. But he hits that right to left draw, which means that he gets the extra rollout. He fits the course to a tee. He likes it. So I like Patty Reed there. And then my final guy, which not a soul has talked about this entire week, really, which is kind of mind-blowing to me. He might be the best player in the world, not named Scottie Scheffler. And the only reason they're not talking about him is because it's his first time playing it. I like Ludwig Aberg. I think this man is an absolute freak. If you watch him, he's phenomenal off the tee. He's got great approach. He's got great hands around the green. He's got everything that you need. He almost reminds me of Will Zalatoris when he finished second in his opening time. Now, I understand the first thing I said when I came on here was that you need course experience, but nowadays you got simulator video games, you got all these types of things. Like, you can learn as much as you want. And Ludwig is a student of the game. He's got that kind of talent. While I don't expect him to win, top 10 with him, I think the juice is a little bit pretty damn good, if you ask me. But that's my course preview, everything, my top factors. And if you would like my lock of the week, that will be in my next video coming up later here today. Good luck. God bless. Grind on. Hit the follow. Lock of the week. Hit a comment. Tell me who you like. And good luck. God bless. Grind on. It's Masters Week.